Hi everyone, it's Ike here. I'm going to be walking you through the exercise called Organizing Assets with Categories and Tags. So what we're looking to do today, we'd like to create a vocabulary and categorize the asset, add tags to those assets, and then configure asset auto-tagging once we learn how the tagging process works manually. First of all, we'd like to create a vocabulary for Livingston Loop assets. We're going to add the employee records category, as well as some other categories with that. One of those categories is going to be called onboarding, and we're going to go into that category and we're going to put in some subcategories as well. Finally, after we've done all that, we're actually going to categorize the employee record for Omar Miles. Next up, we're going to upload another PDF. It's going to be our employee handbook, and we're going to categorize that asset. Once that's taken care of, we're going to configure image auto tagging to use TensorFlow, and then we're going to configure text auto tagging to use OpenNLP. So let's go ahead and get started. So over here in Liferay, I'm at the Livingston Loop site. I'm over in Documents and Media where we've been kind of working before. We have our employee record for Omar Miles. But now we're actually going to leave this and we're going to come on over here to categorization. From here, we'll go on into categories, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a new one. We want to create a vocabulary for our employee documents. And this is going to be pretty broad. It's just the vocabulary for organizing all employee documents. We'll go ahead and click Save. And there you go. In our Vocabularies tab, we now have the employee documents vocabulary. So we have our vocabulary, that's the top of the hierarchy. We're going to go in now and we're going to add a category to this. So again, we click in. We'll go to the plus to add a category. We're going to say employee records. So it'll be a little more specific. And then we'll hit save. As we see, we also have our breadcrumbs here showing up that we can navigate through if need be. We're going to actually add two more categories to this as well. First one we'll call onboarding. And after that, we'll have one called legal as well. And as you can see, we're currently using two levels here. We can actually go a step further. Come into onboarding, we're going to create some subcategories. This will be employee handbooks, and we'll create another called job training. Just select that. All right, now we've created some categories within our vocabulary. Let's go ahead and actually utilize this, place some things. We'll go over to content and data again, back into documents and media, and we have this one document ready to go. We'll come on down here, click edit, and towards the bottom, we're going to have a categorization section. Open it on up. We'll go over here to select. We're already in the employee documents portion. And we'll place this into employee records. To confirm, we'll come down and click add. And as you can see, we have the categorization appearing right here. We also have the option to do our tagging. For this, we can go ahead and put in employee, maybe employee record, separating with commas, HR, and then finally Livingston Life, since that's the site that Omar Miles is associated with. After that, we can go ahead and click publish, and we see that it's been successful. Okay, so now what we'd like to do is go ahead and add our handbook. We'll go to new, file upload, browse from our exercise folder, and we'll choose the handbook PDF. Once that's all good to go, we can actually just come on down, and the categorization tab is still open from last time. It might be closed. You can just open it like so. But as we're just uploading this document, we have the option to categorize and edit tags right from the get-go. So we'll go into our documents, and we'll put this into onboarding. And then for our tags, we'll do, again, employee. We'll have employee handbook, HR, and Livingston. After that, we can go ahead and publish, and everything is already taken care of. You can see if you go into edit, we have everything already being saved. So we've taken a look at adding these different ways of categorizing our assets, But now we want to see if we can set up some auto tagging so we don't have to think about it so much in the future. To enable these features, we're going to go into Control Panel, go on down to Configuration, and then System Settings within there. First, we're going to look for Assets under Content and Data. Then under Virtual Instance Scope, we're going to look for TensorFlow Image Auto Tagging. Firstly, we'll need to enable it just by selecting that checkbox there. And then we have the confidence threshold. So we want to change this to 0.5. The confidence threshold is on a scale of 0 to 1, and it has to do with a score that allows TensorFlow to actually add a tag. For 0.1, it doesn't have to be very confident. If it requires 0.5, that means it's going to be more selective about which tags it's applying. Since we've selected 0.5, we've made it more selective about which tags will actually be applied. Then we'll go ahead and hit Save to finalize this. So next we want to enable our text auto tagging. So any web content or documents that we have will be able to be read through and then have tags applied to them. So now we want to enable OpenNLP text auto tagging. Again, we'll come on over here and we'll change that confidence threshold to 0.5 again. And then, interestingly enough, over here we have different options to choose from on where we want to enable OpenNLP. Right now, we're going to select Document, so it'll comb through our documents and provide tags. I can come over here to this plus button and add another option as well. You can see I also have the delete option, if need be. And I would like to do our web content articles as well. We'll go ahead and hit Save, and we'll be all set. That wraps up this exercise. Thank you for joining me.